In this world, we must have laws to maintain peace. Thus, every citizen must follow these laws. However, there are some people in our society who do not follow them and break the laws. In order to keep check on such kinds of people, we need the police. Police typically are responsible for maintaining public order and safety, enforcing the law, and preventing, detecting, and investigating criminal activities. These functions are known as policing. The police are entrusted with the duty of maintaining the peace and harmony of a society. Moreover, they also have the right to arrest and control people who do not follow the law. As a result, they are important as they protect our society. There are different kinds of policing in every country, and it is very relevant to compare the policing system because we can learn from their experience by the application of different strategies on how they solve a certain crime. It would also enable us to broaden our understanding of the different cultures and approaches to problems. And lastly, it would help us to deal with the many transnational crimes that plague our world today. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Romar Alison G. Palayad.
I am Paul D. Felix Jr.
We are the reporters for today.
And the country that we are going to explore is the policing system of Canada. By this discussion, we would be able to understand the overview of the country, the organizational structure of the police system in Canada, the uniforms, the equipments, the best practices, as well as the recruitment and selection, and lastly, the classification of ranks from lowest to highest.
For the short history of police in Canada, in 1834, the first police force in Canada was formed in Toronto. A full-time high constable was appointed with authority to hire and appoint a special constable. A similar pattern was followed by other cities as the need became apparent. In 1867, Canada became a nation, with most of the provinces entering into confederation. The federal government was given responsibility for enacting criminal laws. However, responsibility for enforcement was given to the provinces. Provinces, in turn, have assigned authority to cities and towns to police in their jurisdictions. Provincial police force served rural areas. The Northwest Mounted Police was created by federal statute in 1873 to police the Northwest Territories, becoming the Royal Northwest Mounted Police, or RNPM, in 1904. In 1905, the provinces of Saskatchewan and Alberta were created, and rather than establish their own provincial police, they contracted with the federal government for the RNPM to assume the duties of provincial police. In 1920, the federal government extended the jurisdiction of RNMP to the whole of Canada, and it became the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP. By 1950, all but two provinces, Ontario and Quebec, had contracted with the RCMP to be provincial police. In addition to having the powers of peace officer, the RCMP also acts as customs and exercise officers for the whole of Canada. A large number of private organizations or companies have their own police and security forces, and there are private investigative agencies and security services which serve under contract. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or the RCMP, is the Canadian National Police Service and an agency of the public safety portfolio. Currently, the RCMP delivers law enforcement and investigative service in relation to federal statutes, criminal intelligence, technology, and support services for the broader police community, international policing duties as required, and contract policing service in 8 provinces except Ontario and Quebec, and 3 territories, approximately 200 municipalities, and 600 Aboriginal communities.
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, popularly known as the Mounties, headed by the Commissioner. The Commissioner is directed by the Ministry of Public Safety of Canada. Their predecessor, NWMP and RNWMP, had relied on horses for transport for most of their history, though the RNWMP was switching to automobiles at the time of the merger. It also served as the local police in all areas outside of Ontario and Quebec. Now we move on to organizational structure. Canada has 3 levels of police services: the municipal, provincial, and federal. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Canada's police force, is unique in the world as combined international, federal, provincial, and municipal policing body. The RCMP is currently divided into 4 regions: the Atlantic, Central, Northwest, and Pacific. 15 divisions, 1 for each province and territory, the Training Academy in Regina, and the National Capital Region, and is headquartered in Ottawa, Ontario. Divisions roughly approximate provincial boundaries with their headquarters located in respective provincial or territorial capitals.
International Organization. The RCMP International Operations Branch, IOB, assists the liaison officer, LO, program to deter international crime relating to Canadian criminal laws. The IOB is a section of the International Policing which is part of the RCMP Federal and International Operations Directorate. 37 liaison officers are placed in 23 other countries and are responsible for organizing Canadian investigations in other countries, developing and maintaining the exchange of criminal intelligence, especially national security, with other countries.
National Organization. The RCMP is organized under the authority of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police Act, or the RCMP Act, an act of the Parliament of Canada. Pursuant to Section 3 and 4 of the RCMP Act, the RCMP is a police service for Canada, namely a federal police service. However, Section 20 of the RCMP Act provides that the RCMP may be used for law enforcement in provinces or municipalities if certain conditions are met. As explained by Justice Ivan Rand of the Supreme Court of Canada, what is set up is a police service for the whole of Canada to be used in the enforcement of laws of the Dominion, but at the same time available for the enforcement of law generally in such provinces as may desire to employ its services.
RCMP divides the country into divisions for command purposes. In general, each division is conterminous with a province. For example, C Division is Quebec. The province of Ontario, however, is divided into 2 divisions: the National Division for National Capital Region and O Division for the rest of the province. There is 1 additional division, Depot Division, which comprises the RCMP Academy in Regina and the Police Dog Service Training Center.
A detachment is a section of the RCMP which polices a local area. Detachments vary greatly in size. The largest single RCMP detachments in the city of Surrey in British Columbia, with over 1,000 employees. Surrey has contracted with the RCMP for policing services since 1951. The second largest RCMP detachment is in Burnaby, also in British Columbia. Conversely, detachments in small, isolated rural communities have as few as 3 officers. The RCMP formerly had many single officer detachments in these areas, but in 2012, the RCMP announced that it was introducing a requirement that detachments should have at least 3 officers. As of 2022, several large indigenous communities do not have RCMP detachments and are instead served by detachments in much smaller than indigenous communities.
Ontario Provincial Police is the provincial police service for the province of Ontario, Canada. In the late 1940s, with the oath given responsibility for all law enforcement on the King's highways, enforcement of the provincial liquor laws, aiding the local police, and maintaining criminal investigation branch.
We now move on to different rank classifications from highest to lowest. The highest rank of police in Canada is the commissioner, followed by deputy commissioner, assistant commissioner, chief superintendent, inspector, corps sergeant major, staff sergeant, sergeant, corporal, constable, and a cadet. In contrast with the Philippines, on the other hand, police general is the highest rank, followed by the police general, police major general, police brigadier general, police colonel, police lieutenant colonel, police major, police captain, police lieutenant, police executive master sergeant, police chief master sergeant, police master sergeant, police staff sergeant, police corporal, and the lowest is the patrolman. These are the necessary requirements to be part of Royal Canadian Mounted Police. First, you must be a Canadian citizen or have a permanent resident status in Canada. You must reside in Canada for at least 10 consecutive years or be at least 19 years of age at the time of engagement. Be proficient in English or French. Possess valid unrestricted driver license. Possess a Canadian secondary school diploma or equivalent to secondary high school. Meet the health and psychological standards. Meet the vision standards. Meeting the hearing standards. Meeting the necessary level of physical abilities. Be prepared to carry a firearm and to use it or any other necessary physical force. Be willing to spend 26 weeks at the RCMP Academy in Regina, Saskatchewan. Be willing to relocate anywhere within Canada. Be willing to work shift work including weekends and holidays. And lastly, be aware of expectation with regards to tattoos and piercings. So in conclusion, when it comes to recruitment and selection process to be part of the police organization in Canada and Philippines, wala silang pinagkaiba since they are both highly competitive and they focus in the integrity and discipline given na ang police officer ay nature na sa job nila ang pagiging disiplinado. And when it comes to the recruitment, kailangan is nakapag-aral ka na related or specifically is nag-training ka before ka sumabak or before ka maging fully pledged na police. Just like the process here in our police recruitment. So in total guys, wala silang ganong pinagkaiba. Since lahat ng nabanggit kong mga requirements kanina dun is somewhat the same sa recruitment process natin dito sa PNP.
Now we move on to their uniform. As you can see in the picture, this is the RCMP operational uniform. On normal duties, the RCMP uses standard police methods, equipment, and uniforms. RCMP officers on frontline police duties wear gray shirts with RCMP shoulders, flashes navy blue pants with gold trouser, piping bulletproof vest, and a big cap with a solid gold band. High-ranking officers wear white shirts. A tie can be worn with the long-sleeve shirt for occasions such as testifying in court. In colder weathers, members may wear heavier boots, winter coats, and wool toques or uniquely masquerade for caps.
Next uniform is their ceremonial uniform. For most formal and ceremonial duties, RCMP wear their internationally famous red serge. It has a highly colored scarlet tunic which was developed by the Northwest Mounted Police and colored red to distinguish it from blue American military uniforms. Midnight blue breeches with yellow trouser piping, an oxblood Sam brown belt with white sidearm lanyard and matching oxblood riding boots, brown felt campaign hat with a Montana crease, and oxblood gloves. Since 1990, identical ceremonial uniforms have been worn by both men and women. The RCMP are famous for their distinctiveness dress uniform or review order, popularly known as the red serge tunic. Members wear the review order during the musical ride, an equestrian drill in which mounted members show their riding skills and handling on the cavalry lance. And lastly, meron silang tinatawag na RCMP dress uniform wherein yung mga officers are equipped with the dress uniform popularly known as the blue serge for performing certain formal duties such as media relations or parliament testimony. It consists of a navy blue dress jacket with epaulets and brass buttons, a white shirt, navy blue tie, navy blue pants with gold trouser piping, and a pink cap with a solid gold band. So, in conclusion, when it comes to the dress uniform ng Canada Police and the PNP is magkaiba po sila, since yung Canada is meron silang distinct na uniform which they called as their traditional uniform na kung or mas kilala as the Red Serge, wherein sa PNP naman is meron din tayong tatlong uniform which is the PNP GOA Type A, wherein nagagamit siya in daily office attire, heightened alert status, appearance at Malacanang Senate, Congress, courts, and as directed by higher authority. And ang PNP GOA Type B naman is nagagamit siya sa full alert status. The uniform of the day shall be worn for the flag raising and the flag retreat ceremonies. And lastly, yung PNP GOA Type C is nagagamit siya when daily office attire at the following PNP offices: Police Provincial Offices, City Police Offices, Police District Offices or the NCPRO, and the police station and police station and its attached PNP units.
In addition to their uniform, this is the badge for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and this is the badge for the Philippine National Police. And to determine their rank, meron silang badge na nilalagay. Ito yung iba't ibang badge for the rank ng mga Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and ito naman yung sa Philippine National Police, where sa PNP nilalagay nila yung badge sa shoulder pag non-commissioned officer, and dito naman kapag commissioned officer. When it comes to their equipment, they both use firearms na lagi nilang dala, and handicaps, body cameras, and radio device for their communication. Then sa sasakyan naman, madami tayong iba't ibang sasakyan pero nag-include lang kami ng isa. Na lagi natin nakikita sa PNP is yung police mobile. Then meron din sila sa Canada. Then sa Marine craft, meron din ito yung para sa PNP, and ito naman yung sa RCMP. Meron din po tayong aircraft fleet na ito naman po yung sa PNP, and ito naman yung sa RCMP. Ang vehicle na to ay may malaking tulong sa ating mga pulis to prevent crime and apprehend suspects.
We now move on to the best practices of Royal Canadian Mounted Police. The RCMP uses horse for ceremonial operations such as escorting the Governor General's open landau to the opening parliament. Horses are no longer in use operationally at present. However, they are still used in the musical ride as well as by several provincial and municipal police detachments, recruiting officers from variety of ethnic background to be better reflect community needs. So ayun guys, nagre-recruit sila ng officer from different ethnic groups para sa communities relation. Next practice is their musical rides. The RCMP musical ride is performed by a full troop of 32 riders and their horses. Their performance consists of intricate figures and drills choreographed to music. The musical ride performs in up to 50 communities across Canada between the month of May and October. They help raise thousands of dollars for local charities and non-profit organizations. Next practice is Indigenous policing. Indigenous policing in Ontario is priority. The OPP works in partnership with Indigenous communities and the police service providers to ensure that public safety interests are well represented and policing needs can be met in an efficient and appropriate manner. In contrast with the Philippine National Police best practices, the best practice of PNP is we call Project Poste, or the police outpost on the street for traffic assistance and emergency, wherein a fixed post in the streets on a 24-hour basis where people may directly refer their security concern. Next practice of PNP is the Project Tipsters, or detects information to the police for speedy and timely emergency response, wherein it aims to establish linkage between the police and the community for speedy and better public services. And next is the Project Wide Eye. It is the installation of CCTV cameras in the strategic checkpoint, choke points of maneuver units. Next is the COPS, or the Community-Oriented Policing System, wherein ginagamit rin tong COPS na to sa ibang country, and in-apply rin natin ito sa ating practices. And next is the Barangay Peacekeeping Action Teams, or the BPATs, wherein it is composed of civilian voluntary strains and coordinated by the PNP. They assist in maintaining peace and order at the grassroots levels, or yung mga mas mabababang level. So dun sila nag-assist, contributing to crime prevention and community safety. So in conclusion, magkaibang practices ng Royal Canadian Mounted Police sa Philippine National Police, since yung Canadian Police is nakafocus sila in preserving their culture, which is the usage of horse na ginagamit nila sa kanilang mga ceremonial operations or sa kanilang mga pag may traditions or festival, while in the practices of our PNP or the practices of Philippine National Police ay nakafocus sila sa crime prevention and the community relation, wherein nakikipag-interact sila sa community to have a relation or to build rapport in order to solve cases and maagapan ng pag-occur ng crimes. So that's their major distinction when it comes to best practices.